Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another Reddit story for you. This one is from AITAH again and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Confronting My Neighbors About Their Sons Bullying My Son Every Day? I, 32 female, live in a small suburban neighborhood with my husband and our 8-year-old son, Liam. We moved here about 2 years ago thinking it was a great place for Liam to grow up, but lately things have been pretty rough. Liam is a sweet kid, kind of shy, who loves drawing, reading, and playing soccer. He's never been the type to cause any trouble, but a few months ago I started noticing some changes in him. He seemed more withdrawn, didn't want to go outside, and even started making excuses to avoid school. After a lot of asking, Liam finally told me what was going on. Our neighbor's son, Jake, 10 male, has been bullying him, like every single day. How old is Liam? 8. I was heartbroken. Liam told me that Jake pushes him around, calls him names, steals his lunch, and even rips up his homework. Jake also follows Liam home from school and says things like, if you tell anybody, you're going to regret it. It's been tearing me up inside knowing this has been happening right under our noses. I decided I had to do something. So a few days ago, I went over to our neighbor's house to talk to Jake's parents. I tried to be calm and explain what was going on, hoping they would understand and do something about it. I mean, what parent wouldn't want to stop their kid from being a bully, right? Well, it didn't go as planned. As soon as I mentioned Jake's behavior, his mom got super defensive and basically said Liam was lying or making a big deal out of nothing. She actually said, boys will be boys, and that maybe Liam needs to toughen up a bit. His dad was even worse, saying stuff like, kids need to learn to fight their own battles. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I tried to stay calm, but I told them straight up that if they didn't do something about Jake, I would go to the school or even the police if it got worse. That's when they got really angry. They started saying that I was overreacting and that if I didn't back off, they'd make sure things got uncomfortable for us in the neighborhood. Oh, cool. Now the parents are threatening you. Since then, things have been really tense. They've been giving us the cold shoulder, and a few other neighbors who are friends with them have been doing the same. Liam's scared to go outside, and now I'm feeling like maybe I made things worse by confronting them directly. My husband says I did the right thing, but I can't help feeling like the bad guy here. So am I the astronaut for confronting my neighbors about their son bullying Liam? Should I have handled this differently? Top comment here. Well, I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree here. You likely met the neighborhood bullies. Follow up, don't back down, get a paper trail started with the police and the school. Speak to the bus driver if there is one. Protect your kid and remind the other adults in this situation of their legal obligations, job roles. Doing nothing tells your kid he's not worth it. Yeah, that's true. I do think that there is an element of this where like, we should have known better, right? We should have known better. We should have known that the parents were going to be this way because he learned it from somewhere, right? He is the way he is. What was this kid's name again? Jake. Jake is the way he is because he learned it from dad or mom or both of them. Something in their world makes this okay for him to do. So he's playing this out wherever he goes, and he doesn't know any different, right? People are the way they are for a reason. And his home environment should have been the first thing that popped out for us and have been like, there's probably no point in talking to them. It's worth a conversation. I think I would make it like a recon mission first to find out if they are just as big as assholes as the kids are. You could normally tell, though, like kids are the product of their parents, even at 10, right? So you can spot them in the parent pickup line. In the parent drop-off line too. Like it's not hard to tell who the asshole kids are. Just watch how their parents behave. That's it. I still think taking action is the right move here. Confronting them didn't do anything, but get more serious with it. They aren't above the law. They aren't above the rules. They aren't above anything. They think that this way of life for them is okay. The rest of society doesn't have to agree with them. And there are rules to prevent that from going too far. There's going to be some discomfort because apparently, if they are the neighborhood bullies and they've got control over other people in the neighborhood, yeah, they've got lackeys, they've got an army. They're gonna put the squeeze on you and make it as uncomfortable as possible because that's what bullies do. And they learned it from somewhere too. That's all they know. Even if they know it's wrong, they don't know another way. You did the right thing. You did the right thing. But you know what? I actually want to get some feedback from Candy Thunder on this one. Who looked shocked because I know, like, as a parent, getting involved with your kids, things your kids are dealing with can be tricky, right?
So there were people in chat. I feel like as a parent, it's like animal instinct within you to like protect your kids. But but then on the other side of it, like, you know that this kid is being bullied by his own parents. So yeah, I'm super, super protective of like our family and super protective of our work family because, it's a business that we run. And so they feel like just an extension of my family. And so like I'm protective of them when it comes to work. And one part where I feel like I really lose my filter is when it comes to like being protective of our kids and work fam. Cause it's just, I don't know. It's just something that's like I'm ready to go. It's probably not healthy, but it just feels like you have, like I react in a
Mama bear.
Very much so.
Mama
very
bear.
Much. Like
here.
But I'm trying to
Sorry.
to curb my reactions so they're not so dramatic when it comes to stuff like that. Like feel my feelings, but then actually respond appropriately. But man, when it comes to your kids, like there's just like this feeling inside you.
Nothing will get you puffed up.
Yeah.
Like somebody messing with your kids.
Yeah.
It is possible to make it worse, right? And in Tempest, yeah, bullies usually become bullies due to something in their home life, right? Yeah, and their home life, the bullies in their home life became bullies because of something in their home life, right? There's a cycle going on there, and you can make it worse. But when their bullshit starts to affect other people,
right?
Boundaries have to be created. And how do you create a boundary in this instance, in this kind of scenario? Like, yes, you tried to take the civil route. You tried to take the adult, let's work this out route. And that didn't work. So now you know what you have to do. You have to escalate the boundary.
Right.
That's all there is to it. You have to escalate it. There's no other way to protect your child, because right now, if you do let this continue, I say let this continue, if you don't push harder to get a stop put to this, your child, Liam, creative, happy, nice kid, is going to change as a person. And is to a certain extent already, but the amount of time that goes on with this happening unchecked is going to change who he is.
Right. That's like I was bullied in high school, so when it happened to Ava, I feel like my reaction to what happened to her was like I was already up here instead of responding out of normal. Like it hurt me more deeply because you don't want your child going through the same thing that you had to go through. And like, you know how I'm sure there's a lot of people in chat who have been bullied, and that like those feelings don't ever go away.
I think having somebody's back in that kind of situation is important. It's garbage